So there's this guy who swears he's the reincarnation of God. Like, literally says he can heal your illness, make sacred ash appear from thin air, and even grant you immortality if you just believe hard enough. Meet Swami Premananda, the man who went from a small-town preacher to one of South India's most infamous gurus. Back in the 1980s, crowds would line up outside his ashram near Trichy, waiting for miracles. Ashes turning to flowers, coins appearing in palms, water becoming sacred nectar. And there he'd stand, smiling calmly as people bowed at his feet, convinced this man had figured out the cheat code to life and death. But behind those peaceful chants and incense smoke, something darker was beginning to brew. One day in the late 1980s, Premananda gets an idea. He tells his followers that his mission isn't just to spread peace anymore, it's to build a spiritual empire that will outlive him. So he starts expanding his temple. New dorms, prayer halls, guest quarters, even a school. He calls it the Premananda Ashram, a place of eternal truth. People from all over the world begin pouring in, especially foreign devotees chasing enlightenment. And to everyone who comes, he promises the same thing. Through me, you will find immortality. He starts conducting daily energy blessings, where he places his hand on your head and claims to transfer divine power. And from that moment, his followers believe he's not just a man, he's God in human form. At first, it all looks peaceful. Every morning, the temple fills with chanting, bells, and flower garlands. Premananda sits cross-legged on a velvet cushion, smiling as people touch his feet and whisper their wishes. He starts performing miracles, almost daily, manifesting sacred ash from his palms, claiming to cure illness with a single blessing, even predicting events in his followers' lives. Videos of his so-called miracles begin circulating on VHS tapes, and reporters show up to film him turning water into what he calls divine nectar. For the faithful, this is proof he's the real deal. Donations pour in, money, gold, land. But as his influence grows, so does his control. And slowly, the peaceful ashram begins to feel less like a spiritual retreat and more like a kingdom where only one man's word matters. Here's the problem with this whole immortality promise, though. Not everyone inside the ashram is living that divine life they expected. A few devotees start noticing strange things: closed-door initiation sessions, whispered rules about obedience, and women who never seem to leave certain quarters. Some former followers begin to question him, but anyone who speaks up is told they're tainted by bad karma. Outside, reporters try to ask questions, but Premananda's aides shut them down, saying the media just wants to destroy a holy man. And whenever skeptics challenge him, he smiles and says, "Only the impure doubt." Still, rumors start spreading that the guru's private chambers are not what they seem, and that the man claiming to defeat death might actually be hiding something far darker. So eventually, it all starts to crack. One night, a young woman who'd been living inside the ashram manages to sneak out. She runs straight to the police station, terrified, and files a report that changes everything. She says the so-called holy man has been SAing women in the name of divine purification. Investigators raid the ashram the next morning. Officers march through the compound as followers chant louder, trying to drown out the chaos. Inside, they find dozens of women, silent, scared, and some refusing to speak at all. And then comes the shocker. During the search, police find 2 unalived bodies buried inside the ashram grounds. Suddenly, this isn't just a scandal. It's a crime scene. The man who promised immortality is now under arrest for something unholy. And now, everything starts collapsing. The man who once sat on a velvet cushion blessing crowds is suddenly sitting in an interrogation room. Reporters swarm the gates of the ashram, shouting questions while police lead him out in handcuffs. Inside the compound, investigators dig under flower beds, pulling up evidence as shell-shocked devotees chant louder, hoping it's all a test of faith. When the DNA results come back, they're damning. The living God everyone trusted is officially charged with multiple counts of SA and the unaliving of 2 disciples. Overnight, the Empire of Miracles becomes a crime scene under floodlights. Premananda, still calm, tells the cameras, "Truth will win," but for the first time, his voice trembles. The trial begins. And it's chaos. Every day, the courthouse in Trichy floods with hundreds of devotees chanting his name, waving flowers, and begging for his release. Inside, the evidence piles up: statements, medical reports, and that damning DNA test. His lawyers argue it's all a conspiracy to destroy a saint. Prosecutors say it's the biggest spiritual scam in Tamil Nadu's history. Cameras flash as Premananda walks in wearing saffron robes, still smiling like nothing's wrong. When the judge finally delivers the verdict, the whole courtroom goes silent. He's found guilty on multiple counts of SA and for the unaliving of 2 followers. The sentence: life imprisonment. And for the first time in years, the godman looks human. His calm expression cracks as guards take him away. Here's the thing though, even after that verdict, even after being sent behind bars, Premananda refuses to admit guilt. From inside prison, he tells his followers that this is all part of a divine test, that his body might be caged, but his soul is free. Letters begin arriving at the ashram signed in his name, filled with teachings about faith and endurance. Some followers even claim they've seen his face appear in temple smoke, saying it's a sign he can't be destroyed. But outside those walls, reality doesn't bend so easily. The courts reject every appeal. His foreign disciples start leaving, the donations stop coming, and the once crowded ashram grows eerily quiet. For the first time, the man who promised eternal life is just another inmate serving his time. So years go by, and life inside that prison becomes his new ashram. Premananda holds prayer circles with other inmates, delivers sermons from his cell, and keeps insisting that he'll one day walk out resurrected. But outside, the myth is fading fast. The gates of his old compound are locked, weeds crawl up the walls, and the grand marble statue of him sits collecting dust. Former devotees whisper that they were blinded by faith. Others just try to forget they ever believed in him. By the late 2000s, his name is mostly a headline from the past. And finally, in 2011, Swami Premananda's story comes to its end. After nearly 15 years behind bars, his health collapses. Liver failure. Guards rush him to a government hospital, but the so-called immortal man never makes it back. News spreads fast. The godman who promised eternal life has become just another obituary. Outside the prison gates, a few remaining followers light candles, insisting their guru has shed his body and will return. But for everyone else, it's over. The ashram is sealed, the devotees drift away, and the legend fades into a cautionary tale. In the end, Swami Premananda didn't conquer death. He proved he was only human,